Hey, the Bear is bringing you a Senna Season 11 video. Should make this clear, this is currently on the PBE, this isn't on the live servers, and everything is still subject to change by the time we actually get into proper Season 11 in the end of January. Going to be running a pretty standard, as we're used to in Season 10, rune build with Glacial Augment. Nothing there really to talk about apart from maybe the new Presence of Mind. We're going to get mana regeneration whenever we damage a target with the Presence of Mind now. And the takedowns will give us maximum mana, but they won't... they won't permanently increase our maximum mana. They'll just give us some mana when we get a takedown, basically. So a little bit more sustain during the laning phase in terms of mana regen, but you won't have that. If you get like a kill from an invade, it's not going to be as insane in terms of like the extra mana there. So this is kind of like the champion that I've been needing to test out the most. I'll probably alongside Pike. With the new support item changes, this assassin-y kind of item build is going to be more strange, to say the least, on Senna. Maybe like if you do like Ash support or Varus or something weird, or Misfortune support, if those end up being viable with the item changes. I'm not entirely sure, haven't tested it out yet, but I wanted to just do Senna, as that is the most like meta AD support that we have going at the moment. So the main experiment here is to find out if she is viable in Season 11, and if so, what items work on her. That's the main objective of this video, and hopefully you can learn one or two things if you want to play Senna into Season 11, so you're not completely blind in terms of the item front end, at least anyway. My ping is beautiful at 150, when usually it's only 100 on the PBE, but we'll see what we can do with that. Gonna need a new item because we don't want that in terms of starting. We need support, sickle. There we go. We are playing Support Senna, just to make that clear, just in case you weren't 100% sure. Let's have a look at these mythic items that we have going here. So I believe Eclipse is one thing that we're probably going to try out today. 55 attack damage, lethality, omnivamp, which means you get lifesteal from both AP and AD. You might even get it from true damage. I'm not entirely sure on that. Probably, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not 100% sure on the true damage front. So hitting a champion twice within 1.5 seconds will deal 8% max health damage and gives us 30% movement speed. And we also get a little shield. It will be on a 12-second cooldown, though, as we are ranged and not melee. So every 12 seconds we can do that little proc if you want to dip into the item. Otherwise, we could do Duskar, which will have more ability haste for us. Gosh, this ping is horrible. Anyway, when you it's basically a snowbally item, which I don't think we'll be popping off with. So I don't think Duskar is going to be an item. You basically, every time you get a takedown, the item resets and the bonus damage comes through. So Duskar isn't going to be a valid option. And Prowler's Claw and dash through the target enemy. I don't think we're going to want to do that anytime soon. So Eclipse is seemingly the only actual option that we can go into here. So we'll try out Eclipse on Senna. So I'm playing double poke into... They got some poke on their side of the things, but it's more sustain, I'd say, rather than real poke. We're up against a Flash Predator Hecarim. Not quite as scary. As if he had Ghost, I'll admit. Let's get a ward down and make sure he doesn't come down into the bot lane too early on here. He's also going to need to buy boots in order to get the Predator. See if I can get a cheeky W off him. Almost. Gonna have to be careful about that soon. Level 3 Nami will have bubble. So they are doing some interesting things onto Senna going into live. Not sure if it's going to be on the first day going live or the next patch after that, so it'd be like 11.1 or 11.2. But they're looking to increase her AP ratios. So firstly giving her AP ratio on the E to increase the movement speed of the Shroud per 100 ability power, and they're looking to increase the AP ratio of the ulti in terms of the damaging portion. There we go. Jungle's here. He hasn't got boots. But we need to be a little bit careful knowing that Hecarim's down here. I think we can keep pursuing this. I know Hecarim's probably in the bot side of river still, but not overly scared of them. Nami had to pop a barrier. Ashe is out of mana though, that might be the main factor why that won't work actually. Give me your soul. There we go. 14 stacks. It's okay at 15 minutes. Should probably give Ashe a little heal here. So apparently we've generated 45 mana from harassing. Haven't really felt it much if I'm completely honest. Here we go. Oh god, I lagged into that. That was horrible. But we're doing alright here. Alright, that's the Hecarim flash. Doing alright. Maybe if Ashe had a little bit more mana, maybe we could have done more there.
Living my best life. My best second.
Doing a pretty good job at the moment now.
I'll get us through this.
We've almost completed the actually we have completed our quest now. By the time we go back to Fountain, we're gonna have
Out of the lantern, hell came with me.
wards. We haven't got Hecarim down here. If we have got no wards to actually put in the river though. Okay.
I've seen too much of this.
I think everyone on the server, I think the server's lagging. Usually my ping is 100 ms on the server, but it's at 150 right now. Camille's got 1300 ping. Alright, so we've already completed the quest item at 7 minutes and on 26 souls, so we're doing pretty well. So what's the build path then for this Eclipse? Straight to Dirk, and then let's get some boots. Boots. Don't like the new UI, if I'm completely honest. Oh, we've got 3 boots, haven't we? Let's get a... another longsword then, and then a control word. Oh, and we can get oracles. Yep, already. So we get the Eclipse in as quickly as possible, just to get those extra procs off, and then next item after that, we could dealing damage that would leave an enemy below 5% health executes them. That could be quite interesting. Got the traditional Umbral Glaive there as well, still in the game and going to be really annoying for the enemy support to have to deal with. You still got Black Cleaver as well. So you know, you've got a lot of the traditional items still in there. Alright, good. Samira actually used steel there. So I was like half out of it, like looking at thinking about items there, and I just realised that them is actually on low health and I'm level 6. Try not to push this wave too much. I don't want Ash to fall behind too much. Plus I don't really want CS. Oh, did it get blocked there, or it looked like it Oh, she's super low. Evelyn can finish that, right? There we go. I think overall it's going to be a pretty close game because the Fiora on the top side is doing really well. Mid's even and we're ahead bot, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be an even game. Which is quite surprising on PvE. Sometimes games can be really one-sided. It's an arrow being used for top. That might hit, you know. So Eclipse is an expensive item. It's 3.2k. Maybe kill the enemy here. Maybe if I had ulti there, that would be a kill. Another assault. My warding has been pretty bad, if I'm honest. Just kind of just almost running it down here. Yeah, their bot lane are getting quite suffocated down here. Apparently we generated 500 mana from the presence of mind now. It seems to be doing a pretty good job at the moment. Heckram's here. You need to back away. Oh boy. Okay, I feel like that should have been scarier. Alright. Oh my god, they lined up perfectly there. That was actually disgusting. Alright. Very cool. I like that. I was like, no way they're stacking on top of each other like that. Beautiful. So we're going to be able to buy Eclipse now. Yeah, just thumbs up the video just for that ulti, holy moly. Screw the items now at this point. But we are going to pick up the Eclipse now, as we are absolutely loaded on cash now. We'll go the traditional Swiftness boots. And what else are we going to be looking to? I guess Umbral Glaive is the traditional. They have upped the cost on it significantly there though. I think it used to be 2.1k if I'm not mistaken. Now it's 2.8k. Otherwise we could go into the Collector, which does sound kind of interesting. The Executing if they're 5% HP. I think if we had some dot damage over time, then I think that could be quite an interesting spell, but maybe we don't bother. You got this other slowing item here as well, which is like Frozen Mallet, but there's no, but only for abilities. Black Cleaver, not really needed against this team. There's no real tanks. I think we'll just do Umbral Glaive. Or we could go the Grievous Runes item. They do have a Nami. Alright, sure. We'll do that. We'll take some Grievous Runes. They do have a Fiora, they have a Hecarim and a Nami. They could eventually heal for quite a bit, and also Samira will heal. We'll just prepare ourselves for that. So Executioner's Calling is pretty much the same, but if we convert it, if the target's below 50% health, then the Grievous Runes will go from 40% to 60%. So it's a pretty big change. Alright, let's see if we... Let's go bot. I don't feel like I want to go against that Syndra at the moment. I think that would possibly be running it down. Ooh. That damage spike. We've got the whole crew down here. Yeah, I'm not making out of that. Of course, as soon as I buy my item, we get out the whole party down here. Alright. But yeah, once they get below 50% health, the Grievous Runes with extra will kick in, which would be quite nice. Once we fully convert that into the Punk Chainsword, the Eclipse will also give us an extra 4% armor penetration, which is alright. Nothing too crazy. As I said before, they haven't really got anyone that's going to be taking armor on their team, so it's not going to be too crazy. Alright. Not sure if we're going to have much dragon priority. We'll see.
I'm here to save them all, living and dead.
There are two sides to every issue.
Okay. Maybe I should have done that earlier to nab the kill, but that will do. Good job, top. Let's see if we can start pressuring mid lane now. I don't have emotes on this. Gotta be careful. Like Syndra can clap us pretty quickly, I'd imagine, if she stuns us. I don't think Veigar's happy that we're mid.
Small talk wasn't really part of my training.
Turret's getting pretty low.
Lucian thought I was lost, but I was only changed.
One more soul away from 60. Amount of damage I was doing there, it's actually pretty insane. Oh, everything's lagging. Are we doing alright? I don't know how I'm alive right now. I gotta run. Fiora has no flash. Ah! That little movement speed and the shield is pretty cool. Oh, for some reason I thought Veigar had ulti. Didn't realize he actually used it. Ugh. It's good to know Fiora's as annoying as she is in Season 10 as she will be in Season 11. What's our haste looking like at the moment? We have... That's the only cooldown reduction that we've got actually is from the Warhammer. We're not running anything crazy here. So we're on 9% cooldown reduction with the 10 ability haste. Ash no arrow. I'm surprised the Fiora's not doing much there. I don't know if she lagged out there. Ash could probably keep chasing that there.
I remember my nightmares. Wish I could remember to dream.
So if you haven't seen it already, the Scuttle health has grey health. If you crowd control it, it will lose the shield.
By the time I'm
Guess I'll try and solo the Herald. It's going to be a bit risky. I've got no one coming on my team. Ugh, can't get behind him, man. Alright, I'm going to have to save my Q to pop the eye. That's back up again already. There we go.
No one else has to.
There we go. Boop.
Those trapped in darkness need light the most.
Bit risky maybe going this way. Should be able to just use Herald down mid. Let's turn into an ARAM right now.
Something wasn't trying to kill me, it would have
It's
to
a good Vega cage. Alright, I think we can look for a lot here. We just landed on this mirror.
Death is always in range.
That's the turret. Should be able to hit tier 3 of this. Trying to get over there, but it's... At this point it might just be more important to make sure we hit these minions so that Shelly can hit the tier 3.
Lantern, hell can hear.
Alright, she's gonna hit tier 3. Oh my god, Predator, no. Okay, yeah, the Eclipse, the damage is decent, and now the movement speed, that little burst of movement speed, feels pretty cool too. Whoa, can we get that? She went over here, right? Yeah, I haven't got a ward to ward sniper with though. With pop heal, there's a minion wave coming in. Ugh, no. Damn. Okay.
Remember my lessons and
I should be able to get that dragon. I'm assuming Hackrim's not zooming for it. And then we'll go into the Emerald Glaive. Let's pick up some control words.
that monster wants to
So because we've completed a legendary item, the Eclipse is now giving us an additional Mythic passive, so now we're on 8%, apparently. That seems to be right. Pretty sure when the support item is fully completed it counts as a legendary item as well. So Hecarim's dead. I think I'm tilting that Vega a little bit by moving those minions accidentally there. Hero's on her way. Uh-oh. Managed to clip the Nami of that. How long does the Grievous runes last for? 2 seconds. Okay, so that's probably the biggest change actually. I think everyone's been saying like how Grievous wounds in general is a lot cheaper and easier to get now. Especially with like on the Oblivion Orb, it's on that now. And that only costs 800 gold, the Oblivion Orb. No spell penetration on that item, but it does give you Grievous wounds. But the big thing to take away, it only lasts 2 seconds. And even when we fully converted this Punk Chainsword, for example, it still only lasts 2 seconds. So you need to be consistently hitting the target. Like if like what would happen before it is that you would hit the target there, and even if you died, the Grievous wounds debuff would be left over for quite a long time. But unless you've got like a Morellonomicon with something like a Leandries, like that debuff is not going to last a long time. Especially if you die, right? You need to be consistently hitting the targets in order to actually make sure they're mitigated. So I don't think like Grievous wounds... Yeah, it's going to be annoying in some instances, but like it's there are pluses and minuses to it for sure though. It's not like it's completely like broken. I can imagine like the proper ones to handle the amount of healing that could be in games potentially are going to be Morellonomicon plus dot damage on AoE, like preferably, right? Like Brand or Zyra, those type of champions that can build those items. Especially the Leandries very easily into the build as it's basically it's their core, right? So weird I'm finding my mid lane by myself after all the ARAM everyone's been doing. That's a dead Samira. Wow, I didn't even get to do anything there. I'd say the Eclipse, I think, has been nerfed since it has been on PBE. I think it used to have something insane like 16% max health damage. They did half it. Ooh. Yeah, they did half it. So the damage isn't quite insane. But it does give you potential to kite. Potential. I think if you're going to get jumped on by like something like a Camille or a Fura or whatever, you're always going to find it difficult anyway to make it out. Like that movement speed and shield isn't probably going to save you anyway. But I think in kiting situations where the enemy team might not have quite as many engages like that, you'll probably get more value. What I will say though is it sucks that Umbral Glaive's more expensive. Like that was one of the more fun things about Senna, I feel. Yeah, you can't get away with that. Even with the Eclipse proc, with the movement speed, you're not getting away from a Fura that can just dash every second. But yeah, with the Umbral Glaive being more expensive, that does feel a little bit more oof. I feel like overall, even though like my KD is 749 right now, and honestly the lane phase wasn't too bad, I feel like Senna's actually a little bit weaker this patch as opposed in season 11 pre-season 11 as opposed to season 10 in terms of an AD build. Now if they do buff her AP ratios on her E and her ulti, and I could probably see in the future they could look to do more and turn her maybe potentially more into an enchanter slash mage, then the item options become a little bit more interesting. But until then, AD Lethality Senna, it's okay. Like if you need, I think more than ever now, like if you need an AD on your team, Senna's gonna be an okay pick for you. Like if you have an AP carry Veigar bot lane or something like that, then sure, run Senna. It should be fine. But I think in terms of just picking her anyway, it's not gonna be worth it. Okay, I can't be here. Boop. Should probably be in their base helping end. Not sure they can end actually. I'll keep an eye on the situation and ult if needed. Apparently I got credit for that turret breaking in their base because they're ulted. We can take down this tier 2, we just need to look to end the game now. It's getting a little bit slow. You can also buy that new ward item now. We'll pick that up. Well, we could hang around a little bit and end the game. I think this is good. Ooh, nice arrow though. Okay, we can probably end here. Could have bought the Emerald Glaive. We could have then bought the new Wardstone item. Then we would be on quite high cooldown reduction. GG. Yeah, the damage from the Eclipse isn't too insane. You could probably make an argument like if the enemy had like a tank top with like a lot of health, like a Cho'Gath or something like that, then Eclipse would give you a little bit more value because the max health would then be 8% quite early on in the fight, and then maybe you can get another proc on it later on in the fight if they're still alive. But not sure about it. Maybe not the sorry if you're probably clicking on this video because you might be a Senna main, probably not what you want to hear, but nothing particularly special about season 11 for Senna, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Well, there's one of the Vega, for sure. Let's have a quick look at the damage. I mean, the damage is alright. It just felt kind of... just felt not great, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry there isn't much more else I can add to that. We'll play her on live when she does with those new AP changes. Maybe we dip into an AP build and see how things are like over there. But now that Things Unholy Grail isn't an item anymore, that was like if Senna was gonna be AP, that was like an interesting item for her to potentially use. Now that item isn't in the game, it makes things a bit more tougher for her in terms of the AP side of things, but I'm sure we'll figure something out for her. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're on Twitch as well, don't forget to come over and say hello and throw us a follow on twitch.tv/Bizzleberry. And yeah, we're bringing out lots more season 11 videos, so keep tuned for all your favorite different support champions. And we might dip into some of the other lanes as well. So yeah, stay very awesome, take care, and keep an eye out for more videos.